Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be doing baby blankets like I had promised. So I'm just going to record this and then we'll fast forward through some of the repetitive steps so you don't have to watch 45 minutes of pressing a blanket. So anyways, we're going to do two different styles of blanket today, one milestone blanket and one all over print, so you can see how I do those a little bit differently and how they're printed a little bit differently. So I'm going to start with, these are 30-inch by 40-inch baby blankets from Marvin at Driven by Graphic Supply. He is an approved vendor on my group, so I'll make sure to link in the comments of the video. So it's a gray Sherpa on the back and a white mink on the front. And I'm going to start with the milestone, and so I have it lengthwise, horizontal. And same thing with the print. So I print my image side 24 inches wide by 30 inches, and then I do the actual months a little bit narrower so that it all fits. I've already lint rolled, but I lint roll the whole baby blanket. I've already done that step. And then I also just rub my hand to make sure all the mink is going the same direction before I actually press. So let me show you the prints. This one is not on my website yet, or on Etsy yet. I will get it up. I just did it. It's a custom that I was doing for a customer. So she requested a pink bear with some balloons and a box. So this is what the main image looks like, and then here is the month. So we're going to press the left side first, which is this side right here. I am going to put some spray adhesive. Like I've said in the past, I either use the spray adhesive, that Sprayway spray adhesive, or the dye trans from Conde. So they're both getting really low, and I couldn't find my backup. It's somewhere in this mess of a room. You know how it is after Christmas. I haven't quite had a chance to do it. So I'm going to go off camera to spray it because that's where I have it set up, but I'll be right back. Yeah, it's running out, so that's going to be interesting for the next blanket. Hopefully I have enough in the other one. Okay, so now I'm just going to flip it over and make sure that it's centered how I want it. That looks good. Make sure that... Oh, and I should say, I press it on my center table, but it's a piece of wood that's just covered in blowout paper, and I just tape it down. And I use the same paper because I don't really have any blowout for several blankets where there's blowout there. Okay, and I'm going to move this over so that I can press this whole image. All right, so once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and grab some blowout paper. Put it over the top like I always do. I'm just going to lay this over the top. And then the secret that I swear by is the 10 by 12 Cricut EasyPress 2. It's important that you get the 2. That's the one that goes up to 400 degrees. I bought this on Marketplace because the only thing I use it for is baby blankets. And it's expensive to buy something only for baby blankets, but I wouldn't do baby blankets without it. I swear by it, because when you're trying to do it on a press and move it through, unless you have it on a piece of wood, it just shifts too much. So this is how I can get a perfect press every single time. So I don't use any extra pressure, just lay it on and start it 400 degrees, 60 seconds. When it's done, I just move it. And I usually move it a little bit past and then kind of back it up so I don't overlap a ton. So you can see where you've already pressed. Look at those colors. And because I lint rolled, there's no lint anywhere. Looks beautiful. All right, so now we have our next print. I already sprayed it, so I'm just going to set it over here. I'm going to move my whole blanket And again, I'm just going to smooth it, make sure it's going the right direction. Okay. Just making sure it looks straight. The spacing is good. Looks good to me. So I always pull off this paper first to make sure that everything is pressed through. If it's not, I will just press again in a certain area. That's why you see I repressed this area, but everything is pressed all the way through. And there we have it. It's a beautiful milestone blanket. And super easy. So this one is done. I'll take a picture of it too and post it with. But that one's done. And like I said, it's super soft. All right, so our next one that we're doing, we're going to do an all over print. So the all over prints, I'm looking for the tag's there. So that's the bottom. I always do that as the bottom. But our all over prints, I do them lengthwise, so vertically. And again, I already lint rolled this before we started, so I'm just going to make sure all the fabric is going the same way. And these prints are a little different. So these prints, I print one that's 20 by 40, one that's 20 by 40, and one that's 10 by 40. And this 10-inch one I actually did with the milestone one just to save on paper. So we're going to start with, I'm just going to trim this edge here just so I know where my writing is, because these ones are tight when we go to press it. They're a little bit close to the edges because I print the full 30-inch by 40-inch, so and it's not all the way square. So you have corners that are rounded. So I try to get as close as I can to the edge, just so I know when I'm placing it where that print is. And I'll do the other one while we're pressing this one. All right, so I'm just going to go spray. I'm going to move this to the ground too. So it's off the table. All right. I'll be back when we go spray. Oh, we're going to barely make it with this spray. I got to find my other spray. All right. So I want to get it as close to this edge as possible and as close to that edge as possible. And I put it on upside down. So hold on. We're going to redo here and go the correct way. But again, I want to get as close to that edge, even going off just a little bit. So make sure that I have room for that last panel. And then you'll see there's our last 10-inch on that side. I'm just going to center this a little bit better. And it does go off the sides a little bit and down at the bottom a little bit. That's okay because it's an all over print and you'll see. All right. Oh, I did my paper a little too short. That's okay. I'll rip another piece here. All right, so here we start pressing again. All right, so that's the last of the pressing for this blanket. So I'm going to pull this off. And look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous. All over print. So there we go. And this one, like I said, it's two 20-inch by 40-inch or one 20-inch by 40-inch print and one 10-inch by 40-inch print. So you can do, these ones are a little easier to do with a regular printer because you can just print, if you have a 13 by 19 or 11 by 17, you can print 10 by 10 squares. Then you would just have to use the spray and attach them 12 individual squares. So it takes a little longer. It's a little harder to line up than one strip and then one more strip. But look at how, excuse me, look at how pretty that turned out. So we have this one. This is the all over print. I do not have this listed yet, but I will get it listed. We will also be listing blanket prints on our website for you, for those of you who want to order the prints and then have them shipped to you. And then, of course, this style is the Milestone. And this is one 24-inch print for this side. And then a smaller, like 17-inch wide by 30-inch print this way, because this one goes horizontal versus vertical. So I hope that was helpful. I had a lot of questions on baby blankets and how I do them. So that is how I do them. Baby blankets are one of my #1 best sellers. My customers love them. They come back all the time for them. I get asked a lot on my pricing. So right now I have them priced at $35 each. But I've been doing baby blankets for a couple of years now, and that's what I've had them priced at. So I haven't raised the prices because I have a lot of repeat customers, but I am going to raise prices. I'm probably going to be anywhere between $45 and $49 because costs have gone up on everything. So I am going to pass that on to my customers. If you're just starting, I would start at the higher end, $45 to $49. These blanks are amazing from Marvin. Again, they're like a white mink on the front and then a gray Sherpa on the back. And they are the best quality. They wash fantastic. And I just love them. Thanks, guys.